Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this is your girl, Coach D, and I'm grateful to be back. Yes, soon we'll be talking about self-awareness. Very soon. We'll be talking about self-awareness and different dimensions of self-awareness. But before then, I have decided to come back. Whatever that means. Anyway, Kizungu, my friends. Kizungu is your joke. Anyway, I have decided to come back with a story. Yes, and my story here, as you can see the title, my story is just an experience that I had with a narcissist. Mwenye hajui hivyo. He didn't even know himself if he was a narcissist. I don't even he knows. He's not even self-aware. And yes, so guys, this it was back some few years back, and in our church. So me, I'm just busy there doing what I love doing and serving God in the best way I know how. And one guy comes. Actually, he gets my number. I have no idea from who, but he gets my number and then he reached out to me. Okay, mimi si ule wa mtu ulitoa wapi namba yangu, hapana, mimi sikwangi hivyo. Mimi I'll just ask you, I will just say, okay, you have my number, how can I help you, vitu kama hizo. Yes, because yeah, especially like right now, if you that I am in business and I start asking people such questions, it's not good. Anyway, I don't ask where did you get my number, or maybe I snob someone. I am not. So I am like, hi, I know him because I know Rambon, I know him. Just that I didn't have his number. So I'm like, yes, how can I help you? And he's like, now I would want to take you out for coffee. And I said, okay, ni sawa sawa. And we planned siku ya kwenda coffee, and we went. I can't remember. Oh, we went to Thika. No, Juja. He took me for coffee to Juja. By that time, I was still living along Thika Road. So we met in Githurai and then we went to Juja. That is where we had our first coffee, and it was fine. But now the problem was this: when during that coffee, I really didn't like even one single minute how he was talking to the waiters, because he was, first of all, he's very rude. He was very rude. He is not courteous at all. And mind you, Aman, mind you, I have heard that he was seeing another girl in our church. Sawa. But now, because yes, once bitten twice shy, I'm not always in the conclusion of someone wants just to date me because I'm a kahawa. No, because I have friends. I have all sorts of friends. I have male and female friends. Yes, and we usually go, we meet up, and it could be them paying or me paying, whoever is paying, but I go for coffee with even friends who are male. So, because at that point he doesn't tell me. Actually, in my mind, I am not even picturing. I am not even hata siko huko, like I am not even. Sikuwa nimefikiria. I had not even thought that could be the reason why he's reaching out to me, because I had heard previously that he was dating someone, and because then I was doing a cake and I had done a cake in that church, maybe I thought maybe we are. But anyway, to cut this long story short, so we go to this restaurant, and I am telling him, he was very rude, very rude. He would ask things like kwani. He was very rude, yani afu ni ile rude yenye ni that kind of rudeness that it is not like rudeness, but it is rudeness. I don't know if you've ever met someone like that. They are downplaying what they are saying, but whatever they are saying is very wrong, like bad, like vibaya sana, ni mbaya kabisa. So yes, we go. I don't take it to heart, and we have a coffee, nini, and that. And he told me that I just wanted to be friends. I just wanted. I see you are a good person, and I think we can be friends. And I said, okay, sawa. I don't mind being your friend as long as you know how to maintain the boundaries, stay within the boundaries of the friendship, and Yes, I am fine. Then we continue talking and talking and talking until one day he tells me, I would really love you to be uh, more than just a friend. I would want to really date you. So I was like, number one, I had known him from our church, yes, but from a distance. Nile too, you just see someone, but you don't know anything about them. So what I told them is, number one, I want. I'm so grateful to God because by the moment he was coming, I had already started my healing journey. I had already started working on myself. I was more self-aware. So trust me. So the answer I gave him was this. Number one, let us continue first of all with this friendship and see. We just get to know me because you have been seeing me from afar. You don't even know what kind of a woman I am. So let us just relate first on the friendship spectrum, and then later maybe we can now advance to whatever. We will see how it goes. You can give it time, and then we will see how it goes. Then I hope you have heard my answer very well. Have you heard my answer? Yes. Now, anytime we would go out with him, do you know, he used to downplay everything. If in case I would comment something, he would like, "What's I would do?" And I remember there was this particular day. I was discussing. He was really complaining about his business being down, and I told him to give me one scenario of what had happened because he was really angry about it and was really speaking ill about that company that he had worked for. He does supplies, I guess. He used to do supplies. I don't know what he does right now because it's been many years actually. So yes, so he tells me, even in the Bible, and now he's trying to compare his situation with another certain situation in the Bible, and I'm like, no, this situation, number one, you're on the wrong, because you can't just be going around speaking ill to people and speaking rudely to people, and you're expecting them to treat you nicely. Number one, that is very wrong. And he's like, sasa wewe unajua nini? Unajua niliokoka, I got born again kitambo. Niliokoka kitambo kukuliko. So unajaribu kunishoni. You're just a spiritual baby. Oh my God. Actually, that is the word is used. That you're such a spiritual baby. So what do you even know? And I said, Sasa, by the way, I know nothing because, well, you've been born again longer than me. Because for him, he was a bit older. He was either 36. Yes, I think he was 36, and I was in my 20s. So, I was in my mid-20s. So, he told me these are the specific words he used. That's not where you are just a spiritual baby. And I said, sawa. And then anytime I would say something, he would always look for a way for him to win. But now, sorry, mimi sina pressure. I have gotten to a level of self-awareness. So I am like, even from the first 2-3 days, I already knew that this guy, I don't think there's any chance of us getting to start dating and all that. So one particular day, after work, then I was employed. So I came from work and on a Saturday, and I wanted to go to the salon because I wanted to make my hair. I went generally I have a specific style it's only one person who I usually love them doing it to me, and they are in Githurai 45. So mimi huyo nimefika town, nimepanda gari ya 45 and I shoot mpaka Githurai. And then when I was there, he used to live close to Githurai. Alikuwa anakaa Mwihoko. For those who know, there is Mwihoko. So he used to live in Mwihoko. So I told him that I was in the salon, place fulani, so he came. And he was waiting for me. He waited and waited and waited. When he was giving me a push to the stage so that I can go back to my house, he told me, I have been wanting you to talk to my mom. So I'm like, you're even barely a mom. of us talking frequently. We are not even dating. I have not even said yes to you. So what the pressure of me talking to your mom? I don't want to talk to your mom right now. I want to talk to your mom the first time. If I didn't tell him if, but in my head I'm like, if this works out, though I'm seeing it might not. But if it works out, I would want to speak to your mom first, face to face, before we start getting into phone calls and talking through the phone. That made him very angry. Ooh, he was really angry, very, very angry. And he told me, oh, you're not even serious. I don't know what kind of a woman you are. Sijui nini nini. You know what? I left him hapo kwa stage, nikapanda gari na nikaenda. And then I stayed quiet until he now decided to come to my house. Too bad he knew my house. But anyway, he came. So I am there. He told me, niko hapa kwa gate, just come. And I said, okay, sawa, nikaenda. I opened the gate for him and he came in. We sorted things out. Then later that weekend, within the week, I think there was a holiday. And because I was not talking, I never used to work on holidays. So he told me, I want to take you out. Where to take us? I told him that's fine. What time do you want me? What time do you need me to be ready? He told me be ready at around 10ish. He told me we meet at Githurai because he's coming from Moyoko and I'm coming from just along Thika Road. We meet in Githurai and then we go for lunch. I said, sawa. So I woke up that day very early, did laundry, cleaned my house. You see the kind of cleaning that you go out first and then come in to be surprised. Kona manze ni nyumba yangu safi manze, anyway, that kind of cleaning. By that time, by 10, I was already in Githurai. So I'm there and I'm standing. 10 passes, 11 passes, and then we are for 12. So I'm like, hey, I'm feeling a bit hungry. And because whenever you're going out, ladies, don't go, usiende mkono tupu hivi. Tafadhali beba fare. You never know, anything can happen. What? So I had some money. Even now, when I'm going somewhere with someone, I always have transport. Unless it's someone that I know very well. There are people when ninajua hiyo tuko sawa, but there are those people, especially people who have not known for a very long time. I never get out of the house without money, especially for transport, because you never know. So I had some money. I had carried some money. So maybe huyo, I decided, let me just buy some apples. So I'm calling him and he's like, I'm coming. Thank God I am very patient. I am very patient. I am very patient. I had carried a book, number one, and I decided to buy apples. So I was buying the apples. I had seated there for quite some time and I was just reading my book. I didn't even realize time had gone all that time. So he comes, he finds me buying the apples. I bought 2 for me and I bought him 1. Then tukapanda gari. He found me nikipatiwa change. So tukapanda gari and sisi mpaka Thika. We reached in Thika and then we alighted, we boarded another car because we are going past Thika. So he paid in the first car. So the second car, he told me, see, I have seen you with some small change, as in small notes, because you can just pay here and then I will refund you. So I said, it is fine. So I was supposed to pay 200 for both of us. So I removed and I paid the 200. Mind you, remember that he had seen me with the money. Just remember that. Alikuwa ameniona hiyo pesa. Alinipata nikirudishiwa change ya 1,000 shillings. So he had seen that I had money. So we go and we reached. So we just walked and the time was night. By the moment we are getting Kupe, he had taken me to 14 Falls. I wish I knew where we were going because I had been to 14 Falls for so many times. I can't remember. But it is fine. If it is with someone that you really care about, if it was someone that I really cared and loved, I think the experience would have been different. Anyway, we reached to Nafika 14 Falls. And then I'm like, I've started feeling hungry because remember I had taken breakfast too early in the morning, right? And I have stayed, I waited for him for 2 hours. 2 hours, guys, 2. 2 hours hapo Githurai, and I was for those 2 hours I had not eaten anything apart from anepo. Now anepo cannot be able to sustain you. By the moment you're getting to 14 falls, it's around 2 or 3 there. So I'm like, I'm really feeling hungry. Guess what he told me, guys? Guess what he told me? Just guess. Because it was very painful. Guess what he told me? He told me that mimi nimeshiba. You know, I nilichelewa nikichemsha ugali and some beef I had made last night. So that meaning even ndio nimekaukiwa hivyo. And remember 14 Falls, there is no restaurant open 14 Falls. It's only those vendors, small vendors who are selling juices and biscuits and all those. So I'm like, I am really hungry, guy. I'm really hungry. So what up? So we go to one of the vendors and he's like, unajua, I don't have money, a lot of money. So I'm like, okay. No, sorry, he didn't tell me that at that time that he didn't have money. So I stood and went bought some juice for myself because I have complained kuhusu njaa hakuna mtu ananisikia hivi. But I said, it is fine, I thought. And then we are tunatembea tu. Guys. I wish he had told me we are coming for fasting and praying spree. I would have been prepared mentally. I wouldn't even have asked anything to eat, but it is fine. So mimi huyo tuko 14 Falls and then immediately it starts raining. The mvua shamvua nyumbani. It rained until I was like, now we need to go home. So we called for a motorbike and we boarded the motorbike, and because I was really pressed, I wanted to go to the washroom. And Buko 14 Falls, they didn't have a wash, so I have to go until kwa stage so I can find somewhere to ease myself. So I'm like, I can't walk from here to there, and it is raining and I'm really depressed. It is quite a distance. So we decided to border. So we aligned the border immediately because nikienda, my friend, I was going to look for a toilet, for somewhere to just go ease myself. So he called me and he's like, come fast. So I am back and I'm like, why are you calling me? Because I have told you I need to go and ease myself. He's like, Ebu, please pay this guy first. And I'm like, why am I supposed to be the one paying him? For crying out loud, you're the one who brought me. But because Mimi sipendi drama. So I told him, okay. I gave him the money. And then I went, eased myself, and then, so we waited for a matatu there and waited. Finally, the matatu came. That will take us from 14 Falls up to Thika Town. That from Thika Town, we can take another matatu up to where we live. So the matatu came and we boarded. Guys, so when we are inside, he tells me, I need to tell you something. So I'm like, what? I had told you I was waiting for a business opportunity and it didn't come through, so I don't even have money for us to go back. So you guys remember to go 14 Falls, and he tells me hana fare yetu ya kurudi nyumbani. So I'm like, and why did you bring me here? If you knew you didn't have money, the 200 you paid from Githurai to Thika, we would have used that money to ingia kwa kiosk hapo. We just ask for mandazi and tea, we have a chat, and then everybody aende nyumbani. Why did you have to bring me all the way here if you knew you didn't have money? Guess the answer. What the answer is. Just guess, guys. I'm waiting for you to guess. As you subscribe and hit that notification button, guess what he told me the answer is. I said, I thought you just using like 1,500 of your money is not a lot to ask. I know, you have money. And I was like, oh my God. Have you ever been mad? I was angry. I could even feel my face was becoming hot. I was mad. I just asked him, why would you plan with someone's money you don't even know? Number one, you have to know this, that I'm a person who gets paid at the end of the month. So I budget my money. I budget my money. You can't just be coming to my life and planning your own life with my money. Again, you told me you're taking me out. So it's like, oh, see, I thought 1,500, 2,000 for you is not a lot of money. So you could have just used it. So I was like, what if I didn't carry money? Or I didn't have carry enough for us to use because I've already paid for boda and a mat coming to 14. But what if I had only carried that much money? How would we be able to get out from this place to our home? You know what? I told him, you know what, guys? You know what? I am paying my own fare. Peke yake. I am paying my own fare and I am going, and don't talk to me again. In fact, after this, never talk to me again because this is nonsense. I'm not taking this nonsense. And he's like, oh, kwani unakasirika? I didn't think that you're an irrational woman. Irrational? Umejitoa kwa nyumba yangu hivi? Kwa nyumba yangu unanipeleka mpaka 14 falls. And you knew you didn't have money. And you're calling me irrational. And I told him, you know what? I don't want drama. Tafadhali. In fact, I shifted from where I was sitting and I went to sit somewhere else. And I told him I'm not paying his own fare. Remember, this time it's around my 6 week because mvua imegongana proper. We had time. Matatu took a long time before it comes. Remember, I had not eaten anything apart from the 2 apples for the whole day. And in the morning, I think I had even taken like 3 slices of bread and 1 cup of tea to carry. And I was not fasting. If I was fasting, that's fine. If I was not fasting, I was nini. So we arrived in Thika. And because I was really hungry, I started feeling nausea. I don't know if there's someone who feels like that when you're too hungry, you start feeling nausea, you're feeling discomfort in your stomach because of acidity and other things. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to enter into a hotel and I'm going to eat. Remember the 1,000 bob, guys? Sahi, I am left with like 3 and kumbe, remember, he did have money and he paid for his own fare from 14 falls to me. But the thing is, he didn't have any other money. He only had that. So from Thika to him kushukia Githurai until ashuke Githurai and then aende Mwihoko hapo ajisort, my friend. Jisort Savuko. So me, I entered into a hotel and he followed me. So I sat down and I told them I just need something to eat so that I can be able to. I was really angry. I was really mad. And especially I was really mad. So he's there and he's like, don't even usiniitishe. I was not even planning to. I'm not even planning to. You can't just do me like that. You can't do me like that. So I decided to just I asked for some ugali and some vegetables. I ate, finished, and then I got out. And the whole time he's just following me. He just following me come along and trying to convince me and telling me, oh, and trust me, he's not even apologetic, number one. Second, he's rude. He's softly rude. You know, he's telling me things that sounds very rude to my ear. He was very rude. So we took a panda bus. Once in the bus, I went and sat. The only seat which was remaining was behind the back seat, close to the window. So he entered the car and he went and he sat. I sat on the window and then he was the second one. And then later there was some young people. They were either 18, 19 people. They were very young and they were very noisy in that car. So they were not even hawatakuwa for the whole car. So kuna mwenye ilibidi abebwe. There's someone was sitting on someone and someone was sitting on another one was standing and the rest were filling their seats. So I'm just there, I'm not even talking to him. I'm just looking out the window and I'm really frustrated, and I'm like, kwani mtu ananibeba aje? How unanibeba aje wewe brother? Unanibeba aje? So I'm just sitting there. I couldn't wait kushuka. So the tout comes and he's asking for money. Oh my god, he literally begged me. He removed every pocket like this, every pocket, one by one. I have no money. I told him, show me your M-Pesa. He didn't have money. He didn't have money at all. So I ended up paying for him. So him thinking that I paid for him, that now we are good, we are not. So I'm just seated. The next thing, he touches my hand, and guess what? This guy is touching his business inside the car. Matter to public service. And remember, he called me a spiritual baby. Imagine, hey, a spiritual baby. He called me a spiritual baby, and he's here touching his private parts inside the matatu, and he's telling me to help him inside the matatu. Now remember, ni basi, and the next people who are sitting there are small kids. So I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, oh, because when we were in 14 Falls, we were walking holding hands. Oh, it's been a while since I just holded someone's hands doing nini, just triggered, that moment has triggered. And I'm like, you know what? The most selfish person I have ever seen. Tafadhali, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Do whatever you need to do and trust me. So once we arrived in Githurai, he asked me, and just get out of here. Get out of here. Just shook away in bad. Nonsense. Okay guys, what did I just remember that story and I was like, anyway, that's fine. Aside it's fine, akashuka, na mimi nikaendelea, nikafika Roysambu, nikashuka, and then I went home. After I reached home, the following day, I didn't even tell him I got home. In my head, I'm like, we are so done. We are like so done. Because I had seen all these red flags about him being a narcissist. By then, I didn't know that he's narcissistic. Right now, I know that he's someone who is a narcissist. So the following day, he texts me. And he's like, Badu Beshara ijaenda through. First of all, he's calling, I'm not picking. So he decides to text. Guys. He decides to text me. And he tells me, business is not good yet. And I need to pay my rent. And I'm short of 3,000. Would you kindly help me with 3,000? And I will do what? You refund. Nikamwambia sawa, come for it. Tomorrow, after work, just come for it. So I went to my house and I prepared a very nice. By then I was living with my brother. Who our second born. So, and I knew even if Akukuja there is enough security. So I prepared meal for the three of us. It was some macaroni and beef and some salad. And even the moment I put the food on the table, he's like, "Sasa hizi ni nini umepika?" And I'm like, "Dude, did you even pay?" Sorry. Just eat kama hutaki wachana nazo. He's like, hizi zinakuliwangu aje? Hizi unafaa kupatia mwanaume mzima kweli? So I'm like, oh my god, oh my Jesus Christ. So the whole time I'm just calm. Inside, I'm just calm outside. But in my inside, I have come to just give this guy a farewell party. So he complained about the food, but he ate everything. Because of course your girl knows her way in the kitchen. Anyway, so we are done. I removed everything on the table and then I asked, you asked me for money. Number one, I won't give you any money because I'm still angry at you and you're not even remorseful about it, what you did yesterday. In fact, the behavior even you did in fact, ya kunifanya nitumie pesa yenye sikuwa nimeplan kutumia, it is fine. But whatever you did in that bus, Kenya bus, that was bad. That is, and for me, that's a deal breaker. That means you don't even have self-control. That means you are just in your own category anyway. And before I even say anything, he talked and he listed. He gave me a whole list of 100 things that I'm bad in. He gave me a list. Akaongea. Honestly, guys, he spoke like for 1 hour, just telling me the bad things that I'm bad in. All the bad things I have done, everything. There is nothing good he had ever mentioned about me. Bad things. So after 1 year, after 1 hour, I told him, are you done? Are you done complaining about what I have done or not? But now can I talk? He told me, go ahead. Nikamwambia, number one, I am very angry because of what you did. You can't just plan with someone's money. You need to tell them in advance. I don't mind using money at all. I don't mind using money at all. Trust me, I don't. But then again, you need to tell me. You can't just get me out of here. And before I'm saying anything, then he started, again, another 30 minutes. Until I was like, can you just shut up? What did you come? When I said that, I told him, can you just shut up? Oh my God. So I have told my brother to ended. There was a friend of his who was staying up in the house I was living in, up above us. So I told him to stay there and keep his phone closed just in case of anything. If this guy tries to. Kumbe, my brother didn't even go up. He stayed hapo kwa mlango. My brother is very protective. So I told him, can you just shut up? And he was angry. What did he confuse? I have been here quiet for 1 hour and a half, trying to say something. He's not allowing me to. He's just speaking and spitting words and rude and being rude and telling me how bad I am. And then I tell him, shut up. He was like, I knew it. How can you tell a man to shut up? I just look at him and I told him, you know what? Please get out of my house. Just get out of my house. And he said, I am not going. Sijui nini. My brother had. Brother wangu akaingia. Akamwambia, umesikia changu chenye amesema? My brother is tall, way taller than me, and he loves working out, so he's very strong. So he's like, my sister wangu amesema utoke. So get out of the house. And he's like, you think you guys sijui nini? My brother just alimshika vizuri akamwambia, nimekuambia utoke nje. And he bowed and he went out. Trust me. Do you know this guy had the audacity to, after that whole scenario, going to my auntie, because we used to be in the same church, me, my auntie, him, and my mom, my family. He went to my aunt. Guess what he told my auntie? He told my auntie that I called him a shameless man, that I shouted at him. That part was true, that I shouted at him. And he told my auntie that huyo msichana wako wenyu akona kiburi sana, na akiendelea hivyo huyu ataweza pata bwana. Imagine someone is telling my auntie that, and trust me, having good books with my auntie. So my auntie is like, no, he's telling me, no, are you sure Dorcas naongelelea kuhusu? And they're like, yeah, it is he, it is her. Sijui nini, she's very stingy, she's very selfish, sijui nini, and he said all these things. So by the moment I was going to church on Sunday, my auntie was laughing. My auntie saw me and laughed herself out, because she's like, we nakwambia umesemwa. So yeah, that is the experience. He tried to reach out to me later after that. I never received any of his calls. Number one, I don't delete people's numbers in my phone, so that when you're calling, I will know it is you. Because I realize sometimes you delete the numbers and then they call, and then because trust me, blocking people is immature. I know. I will have kuna watu watafurahia hiyo comment, but it is true. I don't block people. I don't, because even if I block them and they really, really want to get through to me, they will still do. They can buy another line. So how many numbers will I have to block? Anyway, guys, that was my experience. I thank God that I was able to overcome that. But yeah, trust me, if he got me maybe some years well before that, maybe I would have fallen into his trap. But I thank God that I had started to be self-aware, and now I'm good. Now, guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Kindly, if I'm not subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on when I am posting. And guys, in this channel, you are becoming better, not bitter. Until next time, love you guys. Till next time, love you so much, guys.